Hi everybody and welcome on in. A new day begins here on the world's first shopping channel. This is HSN and we're excited. The next hour dedicated to you, your health and wellness. We're the brand that for over 40 years has been dedicated to truly bringing the finest vitamins and supplements that money can buy. And of course, that is Andrew Lessman and ProCaps. Tonight, obviously, we're going to celebrate. 'Tis the season. But with that comes a lot of other stuff. Mr. Andrew Lessman, you are here as always to help us put our best foot forward. It's great to see you, my friend.
It's great to see you, Adam, as well. And this is a time of year where I guess good planning pays off, because this is a product that we're looking at right here that focuses on the liver. Originally, we used to offer this product in January. Of course, after the holiday, after the festivities, and certainly throughout the year, the liver is the hardest working organ in our body. Toward the end of the year, when we add rich food and alcohol to all the other things we do that challenges our liver, it becomes an even more important organ, or it's working even harder on our behalf. So I got the feedback, I got the memo, and it was probably about 7 or 8 years ago that we stopped doing it in January and we started introducing it in December. And since we've done that, it's become more popular than ever. I think having a product like this during a time of year when we do challenge the organ or the system in question, it's an opportunity to see just how effective it can be. And when we're talking about the ingredients present in this product, when we talk about PC, liver, and brain, PC doesn't stand for politically correct. PC stands for phosphatidylcholine, and phosphatidylcholine is the principal building block of your liver, also the principal building block of your brain. So this is a time of year we challenge both the liver and the brain. And certainly our liver antioxidant extracts, that's less building block and more repair, because the work that our liver has to do, it's the dirtiest work in our body as well. It's the hardest working organ. It also does the dirtiest work. And these two products are designed to give your body what it needs to repair, replace the tissues in question, and also manage the fallout of the work that the liver has to perform on our behalf.
I want to talk about today's special pricing, because this is a huge day to, yes, replenish and to restock, but also to maybe discover this for the very first time and see the impact that it can have on you. Starting out with PC, liver, and brain, you see the pricing typically is here. That's the HSN price, always a good value, but today it is our special value. So a 120, 360, or 720. Obviously, the larger the size, the more you save. Right there, it is a buy one, get one on the 360.
And by the way, the 720 is not a normal size. Normally, the smallest size is a 30 count, not a 120. Right. But the pricing is so amazing that even when you look at that 720 capsule supply, you're talking about barely more, 11 cents a capsule, barely more than a dime a capsule. So you're basically saving 50% versus its normal pricing. And the liver antioxidant extracts, just as good a savings as we look across the board. 60, 180, 360. You could take 1 capsule of this per day. You can take 2 capsules of the PC, liver, and brain per day. So together, this could be a full year's supply if you get both products. And again, you could say it's like a buy one, get one free. And this is where it gets very exciting. If you buy the 360 and 180, the 360 of PC, liver, and brain, and the 180 of liver antioxidant extracts, or below it, the 720 and 360. So if you took 2 capsules of PC a day, 1 capsule of liver antioxidants a day, a year's supply, and that's 1,080 capsules combined. Yeah. And to get both of those, including liver antioxidants, for barely over a dime a capsule is just an incredible value.
And you can see you're maximizing the benefits when you do bundle the both. Huge savings available. Yeah. That bundle is also only available when it's a today's special. And Andrew, I know you have been working so hard to maintain these low prices year after year. I was excited to see that this year as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, when it comes to PC, phosphatidylcholine, it's the things that happen in the world are not isolated. Unfortunately, phosphatidylcholine is mostly derived from sunflowers, the largest crop of sunflowers for many, many years, for decades, have been grown in Ukraine. So unfortunately, with with the instability that's going on in Ukraine, the war that's essentially going on there, unfortunately, that's disrupted the supply of phosphatidylcholine. And the price of this will be going up in the future. Unfortunately, the price of our PC granules, our phosphatidylcholine granules, another product, will be going up in the future. So we generally succeed, as we have with this product today, keeping our products extraordinarily well priced. Many of our products are lower priced today than they were 10, 20, 30 years ago. This is a product that's prices remained stable for decades. We probably won't be able to do that in the future, so it's a great opportunity to save and avoid whatever price increase might unfortunately have to happen in the future.
I mean, we talk about it, but, you know, although it's extremely important this time of year to talk about these areas, these are products that are important all year long as well. There's no question about it. And they're ingredients with an abundant amount of research. And as we talk about the holiday season, and it makes us smile and we're excited about what's to come, I mean, with that, there comes a lot of maybe eating, maybe more richer foods, perhaps a little more drinking and being merry. But all of that can take its toll, as well as all the stress and all the hectic nature of the holiday season. These are things, natural things that we can do that can really have that big added benefit to our bodies, Andrew.
Yeah, and that's exactly correct. And when we talk about our liver, it really doesn't. I used to always call it, I date myself when I'd say this, the Rodney Dangerfield of organs in our body. He was a comedian a long time ago, although he was in Caddyshack. He was a comedian, one of my favorite films, that used to always say, I don't get any respect.
Right.
The liver doesn't get the respect it deserves. Our brain gets a lot of attention. Our heart gets a lot of attention. Our liver, it performs millions of chemical reactions every moment on our behalf. It never stops performing that work. It performs work involving cholesterol and lipid metabolism, protein and amino acid metabolism, blood sugar, insulin metabolism, the regulation of our blood sugar levels. So again, when you look at virtually every important system in our body, when we look at almost all the chemicals in our body that the things our body has to break down and excrete, the things you might take in, medications, alcohol, all of those chemicals require the liver, which is basically the chemistry department for our body, to perform that chemistry. And it's dirty work. But our liver does it. It does it brilliantly, consistently over the course of our lifetime. Phosphatidylcholine is the lipid, is the fat that is responsible for the structure of our liver. It's 2/3 of the membranes of our liver are represented by phosphatidylcholine. It is the predominant phospholipid also in our brain. So when we give attention to our liver, we're also doing wonderful things for our brain. So these two products together, even if you only do this once a year for a couple of months, I wouldn't think of going a day without my phosphatidylcholine. Also, liver antioxidant extracts, the 3 botanicals that make up liver antioxidant extracts, the most important being milk thistle, standardized for silymarin. And Adam, you said a moment ago about all of the science, all of the research. The research is so abundant. Phosphatidylcholine, looking at the predominance, the fact that phosphatidylcholine dominates the structure of our liver even more than calcium dominates the structure of our bones. And it's just as calcium is intimately connected to the strength and integrity of our bones, the lipid function, the membranes that are responsible for all of the unique attributes that our liver possesses, that's inherited from phosphatidylcholine. And again, when we look at milk thistle, standardized for silymarin, when we look at turmeric, standardized for curcuminoids. When we look at artichoke extract, standardized for cynarin, we're looking at the 3 most important botanicals for the liver, for the detoxification of the liver, the regeneration of the tissue of the liver. And by the way, when we talk about providing raw materials to our body for our body to repair itself, there's no organ that we get to say that organ and that organ's tissues could actually be not just repaired, but regenerated. We get to say that when we talk about the liver. So yet another opportunity to give this organ a little thank you for all of the work it does throughout the year. The other higher profile organs, they get all the attention. The liver deserves the attention, and this is an opportunity to do it in a fashion that's supported by the science. And if you read the research on whether it's serious issues that might affect liver function, and you look at the role that phosphatidylcholine plays in just maintaining that critical structure, and we know function are directly connected. So when you support that structure, you're supporting those critical functions. And even if you never took a medicine in your whole life,
right.
God bless you if you don't ever have to do that, or if you never had an alcoholic beverage and you ate the healthiest diet in the world, your liver is still doing the hardest and dirtiest work of any organ in your body, and it deserves a little thank you.
I mean, thousands of reviews, as we know. I mean, it's unheard of, but all of Andrew's products are typically always 5-star rated customer pick items, and that is a real testament to the quality, the pursuit of perfection that Andrew puts into everything. I want to make sure we're clear on the pricing, because this really is extraordinary today. You can buy PC liver, you can buy liver antioxidants, or you can buy the bundles. There's a smaller bundle or the larger bundle. But Andrew, if you look, again, for our friends at home, as you look at the pricing, this is the smaller bundle here, so a bottle of each. Normally $164 and change, it's $79.90. There's the larger one, giving you that year or so supply. That would be $315 there or thereabouts at $129. All roads kind of lead here, Andrew. The value is too good to ignore, right?
And when you look at that price, it's important to remember that $129.90. You see a lot of products, liver products, that's a few months. This is a product that even if you take 2 of the PC daily, and you could even take just 1 of the phosphatidylcholine daily, that's a 2-year supply.
Wow.
And then if you took 1 of the liver antioxidants daily, that'd be a 1-year supply. So you're talking about combined 3 years of those 2 products. I like to take 2 of the PC daily and 1 of the liver antioxidant extracts daily. If you do that, you're talking about just a value that's a little bit more than a dime a capsule for ingredients that are expensive. Unfortunately, because of things going on in the world, as I mentioned before, the pricing might change. Just to give you a little insight, there's a chart here that talks about the liver and liver function. So hopefully that's not too dark at home. But it's the largest internal organ in the body, about 2% of total body weight. It contains 355,000 square feet of functional membrane surface area. That's how it does all the work it does. That's effectively about 8 acres or 6 football fields all folded neatly into something barely the size of a football. It holds at any one point in time 1/8 of the body's blood supply. 1/8 at any one point in time. Every minute, almost 2 quarts of blood pass through the liver for cleansing and detoxification. It doesn't just pass through like our heart pumps a lot of blood. Our liver actually has to process that. So 2 quarts of blood every minute, that means every hour. We're talking about 120 quarts. What is that? 30 gallons of blood an hour? 30 gallons, think about a 30-gallon fish tank. That's an enormous, and to think it's just not containing it. The liver's actually filtering and processing it. It's by far the most metabolically complex organ responsible for the cleansing and detoxification of the human body. But beyond cleansing and detoxification and processing and removing foreign chemicals, including alcohol, medications, food additives, environmental chemicals, it also has to do protein metabolism, carbohydrate metabolism, blood sugar metabolism. So it's the list of functions here. It performs over 500 different independent biochemical functions, which comprise millions and millions and millions of chemical reactions a day. The liver is more than the body's primary cleansing organ, but also, as I was just saying, responsible for blood sugar, cholesterol, fat, protein, hormone balance, and metabolism. It is by far, I mean, I wouldn't think of going a day without saying thank you to my liver. The more you know, the more grateful you would be. Of course, it's the primary site of alcohol metabolism. We know that. It struggles to keep up with alcohol when we drink it. As alcohol is broken down, potentially toxic byproducts are created. Again, alcohol is the principal cause of preventable liver damage. Right? I think the number 2 cause so I have to be careful in taking it, is acetaminophen, which is a very commonly administered anti-inflammatory medication. To protect the body, the liver must process medications for eventual excretion. Medications are a major cause of liver damage. And again, here we are. 51% of all Americans use one or more prescription medication. 52% of men and 64% of women use at least one prescription medication per day. And then what is really astounding, 75% of older adults take one or more prescription medications a day. 14% of all Americans use it's 1 in 7 Americans use 5 or more medications daily. 5 or more. 25% of older adults take 5 or more medications on a regular basis. So again, it just underscores, I was going to say, and I was almost going to censor myself, the desperate need we have to focus on our liver. And the word is, it is a desperate need. It's an organ that performs all of this thankless work on our behalf. And I think it deserves a little consideration, whether how we eat, whether it's adequate hydration, it deserves the attention that an organ that performs the kind of work that the liver does perform on our behalf, it deserves some careful consideration and perhaps a little bit of a thank you.
It's great information, and that's why we love doing these shows. It's just great information. We're better knowing these things than certainly not knowing them. And I do want to stress in closing, one of the wonderful things about the Today Special is that, you know, we talk about PC, liver, and brain, and we talk about liver antioxidants, and there's a reason for both. There's a need for both, in my opinion. Some folks wonder, well, do I get this one or should I get that one? Do I need both of them? With Andrew and HSN's pricing today, it's almost like getting one and then getting the other for nothing extra. That's the joy of the bundle. So let me reiterate, finally, you can buy PC, liver, and brain by itself. Great value, great pricing. Specialty size, the 720, only available as a Today Special. Obviously, your savings go up with the size. There is the liver antioxidants, again, 60, 180, or 360 capsule. But if you go with the bundle, look what you are saving. That's the smaller bundle. That's the larger bundle of both. That would be the typical pricing. You can get it for that. That is really very compelling. Andrew, any final words on this before we move to our Today Special number 2?
That I know I failed to read reviews, so I promise to read reviews tomorrow. This is another one of those products where almost 90% of the reviews are 5-star reviews. About 95% are positive reviews. So it's a product that delivers, and the reviews talk about something we can all experience. We know that we can get from blood tests that we get at our doctor's office a sense of our liver function. Very important to be aware of the chemistry within our body, and that's something that we can do with our doctors. The reviews talk about what insight those tests can give into how well this product can perform.
Thank you so much for shopping with Andrew and I. We see you. hsn.com is the fastest way to jump on in, or of course you can scan that QR code. We are heading to our next Today Special, and quite frankly, it is always one that people have their eyes on every year. I restock, and I know many of you do the same. This year, a little bit of a twist though. Folks, we have immune factors. This is the year where there's a lot going on. Maybe we're not sleeping as well as we should, getting all the nutrients that we need. We're always kind of in a state of flux. Immune factors is a wonderful natural support with wonderful ingredients that we'll talk about. Today's special pricing. But for the first time ever, Andrew's new immune mushroom, a proprietary, incredible organic mushroom blend, is available as a Today Special. There's been a lot of excitement about this. A lot of folks who have ordered it previously when it was made available, now wanting to return for a Today Special. I'll go over the pricing in just a moment. Andrew, this is a big opportunity to really take care of business and give our body, again, what it so desperately needs, especially this time of year.
You know, we have a bundle of the 720 count of the immune factors and the 720 count of the new immune mushroom blend. We brought in what we thought was a lot of them. It's already 75% gone.
Wow.
So it's a 720 count of each. Normally, that would be $500 for a 720 count. Remember, 2-year supply if you take one per day. So it's really a bargain when you think about 1,440 capsules, 2 720 counts. $199 means it's a little more than 12 cents a capsule. I always say that I want to make my products as close to a dime as I possibly can per capsule. And capsules are much more expensive to make than tablets. But again, so hopefully we'll have enough in the bundle to last through the day. We're getting very close to being sold out. I know we could continue to make some more at the factory tomorrow, so we will endeavor to do that. But I'll be talking about the immune mushroom complex. It was introduced because there's 100 milligrams of that immune mushroom complex in immune factors. But folks wanted to get the immune mushroom complex on its own. So we made the immune mushroom complex on its own, where each capsule only contains the immune mushroom complex. So that's what and so you could choose the immune mushroom complex in 30, 60, 180, 360, or 720 count. You could choose our immune factors, which has been improved over the last 40 plus years in the same size as 30, 60, 180, 360, and 720 supplies. The one bundle we're making with exceptional savings, because I think normally at $129 each for the largest size, $99 and $129, you're saving another $30 if you get the two bundles together. So it's just exciting. I'll talk about the immune mushroom complex, but if you simply went online and did the most careful scientific research and found the most important mushrooms in terms of immune function. And that's one of the top of the list functions of mushrooms. A lot of them I've talked about in terms of wellness, in terms of brain function, concentration, memory. But immune function has typically been top of the list when it comes to the reason why folks will reach for a mushroom-based, I was going to say plant-based, but mushrooms are different than plants. They're fungi. And when you look at the formula, this is the top of the list when it comes to those mushrooms associated with an immune supportive benefit. So you have our immune complex, which is vitamins, botanicals. So you're getting vitamin C, a full B complex, basically a separate vitamin C, a separate full B complex, echinacea, golden seal, astragalus, berberine. It's the most comprehensive, and of course our mushroom complex blended in. And if you want the full 500 milligrams per capsule of our mushroom complex, that's what the separate formula provides. So in the bundle of each, it's something we decided to do at the last second to offer a little bit better savings, and hopefully we'll have enough to last the day.
Well, we are seeing, as predicted, a huge response to this. And I think that is testament to how many folks are excited about the mushroom complex, obviously bundling in with the immune factors, which we know year after year after year is one of our go-tos. I always comment, but here where all the HSN hosts are, virtually everybody has a bottle of the immune factors on their desk because we need it. There's so much happening, there's so much going on, and it's easy to fall behind and it's easy to start feeling the effects. Immune factors is something I go to every single holiday season, and quite frankly, for so many of us beyond, Andrew.
And by the way, it's perhaps one of the most perfectly reviewed products at HSN, 4.8 stars. I think over 90% of the reviews are 5-star reviews. About 98% of the reviews are positive. But then so far, our immune mushroom complex is a new product. But so far, that product, I think it's trying to outdo it. It has 5 reviews. All of them are 5-star reviews. So it's a new product. And I'm confident it's going to end up being just as well reviewed as our immune factors has been for decades now.
I mean, we think this time of year certainly about gift giving, and for everybody else, we're always thinking about everybody else and checking off gifts on the list for our loved ones, friends and family. But this is a moment today, on this day, to spend time with Andrew and to really start thinking about what are we doing for ourselves and also perhaps the health of our loved ones. You know, we started with PC, liver and brain and liver antioxidants. We talked about rich foods and maybe perhaps some drink and perhaps prescription medications. And now we just go to the wear and tear that we experience during the best time of year, because it is exhausting. And if you're not sleeping well enough, or you're not getting enough sleep, and you're not eating well enough, it all takes its toll. So for the first time, you can choose. Do you want, of course, the go-to, as Andrew said, one of the most perfectly reviewed products at all on HSN, which is immune factors. People rave about this item, and they have done for years and years and years. Or you can choose our brand new immune mushroom, made available for the first time ever as a today's special. Or you can do the bundle. And I want to draw your eyes here, because this is why we have so many hundreds of people placing the order now. You look at the value, you look at the discount, you look at the savings. The bundle is extraordinary. Andrew had a sneak peek of this earlier today, and as he pointed out, 60–70% already selected. So there's the pricing, $250, $250, you're at $499. Today's special price, $199. Andrew, you can't look at that and ignore it. That's a massive saving.
No, it's a great savings. It's a great savings from the today's special price. Bundled together, the two large bottles together are even further savings from an already incredible today's special price. And just in terms of the mushrooms that comprise our immune mushroom complex, turkey tail, always top of the list of anyone's. I think we might even have separate turkey tail available for anyone who wants separate turkey tail. We have separate turkey tail, we have separate lion's mane. Lion's mane is more for the brain function that I talked about earlier. But in terms of immune function, top of the list, of course, is turkey tail, then the shiitake, maitake, reishi mushrooms, what I call the Japanese mushroom blend. And then there's agaricus, there's chaga. I think that's all of them.
Yeah.
Oh, cordyceps. There was one more. So those are the 7 mushrooms that comprise this formula. And guess what? That's exactly what that looks like. That is the immune factors product, because it looks like the yellow there is more of the B complex vitamins. I don't think that was the immune mushroom complex. The immune mushroom complex is going to be more of a beige brown, ultra fine powder. That's the nature of the ingredients. And again, when you're looking at the contents of the capsule of our immune mushroom complex, this might be sounding obvious, but what you're getting in that capsule are exclusively the 7 ingredients I mentioned. There's not another product that I'm aware of in the world that when they make all of their supplements, that they don't put any other additives in, lubricants or flowing agents or fillers. In that capsule of both of these products, whether it's immune factors, which is our comprehensive vitamin, full vitamins, also botanicals, or whether it's our immune mushroom complex, the only thing you're getting in the product are the ingredients listed in the supplement fact panel. That is it. There's no other binders, fillers, or other manufacturing additives. It goes for all my products. It's what makes all of them complete. You get what you want. You don't get any of the things you don't want. And the only reason I could say that about these products is because we actually make them. Right. Contract manufacturers make 90+% of the products you see in stores and on the internet. Those contract manufacturers do not make 100% additive-free products, 100% pure products, as we do.
Can we just talk about that for a second as well? Because I think, and again, folks, please be patient with us. These are flying, as you would imagine, today's special pricing. The bundle is the area of concern, those that are buying the bundle, and that's what the bundle looks like. You're getting the 2 largest bottles right there. If you want the bundle, they are just very limited at this stage. Andrew, I'd love to kind of pick your brain about that, as you just mentioned. There are so many vitamin companies out there, so many supplement companies out there, lots of flashy marketing and brands. Why would, or why does another vitamin company choose to use fillers, binders, additives? Is it the simple answer that it just makes it cheaper?
I don't think they care. It certainly is cheaper. It's a nightmare to manufacture products pure without manufacturing additives. Why do they call them manufacturing additives? They're manufacturing aids. They're designed to make manufacturing easy. I'd rather make pure products than have an easy job manufacturing my products, because I want to take pure products. I want my mom to be taking pure products. I want you to be enjoying pure products. And also, additives just end up, after they go through us, they just end up in the environment. We don't need more additives in the environment. And most, you said there are lots of vitamin companies out there. Most people would think, when you think of a vitamin company, you think of a company that's making vitamins, making supplements, making the products you would take. No, they don't. they're marketing companies, or they're branding companies, or they're sales companies. They're not making the products, unfortunately. Making vitamins, making supplements is very complicated work. As much as folks in the pharma industry would like to make you think that the supplement industry isn't regulated, isn't inspected, I'm not sure what those FDA folks are doing when they visit us and inspect us, but they care. And they monitor the manufacture of dietary supplements very, very carefully. So again, most supplement companies, I think precisely for that reason, it's the most expensive thing any company could do is invest in the production. Otherwise, marketing is just advertising. So the most complicated thing, the most expensive thing, the most difficult aspect of making supplements is actually making the product. That's why virtually all companies do not do that. They farm it out to someone else, and they basically inherit the formula from that company in most cases. So again, the fact that we not only are, I am not only here with the product, but my company actually made the product, and it's not a company I bought. It's a company I started. I started this company. It's hard to believe I started this company in 1979, so I started it 45 years ago. So I'm considered, I don't feel like an old timer, but I've been referred to as one of the original old timers in this industry. Hopefully I don't seem like an old timer to you. But again, I'm proud that we've been doing this for 45 years, that we make our products for you. That's why that mushroom complex, it took many more years to make it than other companies would, because they just jump on whatever sales bandwagon they can. Yeah. We have to research the world for all the ingredients, find the best sources. Then we have to create the product, validate, prove the product before we ever contemplate offering the product. So it's a different approach. It's an approach that is entirely based upon the quality, the purity, the effectiveness of the product, the fact that the product is going to be something that when you get it home, you'll fall in love with. Our mushroom complex product, it's perfect. If you look at the most important mushrooms in the world for immune function, immune support, you're going to be looking at the 7 mushrooms that are contained in this product. Some products will tell you that they give you only the fruiting body of that mushroom. But if you look at the research, it's not just the fruiting body, but it's also the mycelium. It's also the rooting structures of those mushrooms that also contain those important bioactive products. So we make sure to choose the mushrooms to make sure that we're delivering in the most bioactive, the most beneficial part of that mushroom, and not just offering a story that some third-party manufacturer offered us. That's not how these products are made. They're made in-house, and that's why you could trust them to be different.
You know, reputation matters, right? Reputation does matter. You know, Andrew's reputation precedes him. Those of us that, you know, have been purchasing vitamins from Andrew over all these years, we tell friends and we tell family members about it. I was asked just the other day in a survey for HSN.com, what is your favorite product you've ever bought from HSN? And I sat there and I thought about it, and I wrote down the answer. And that is any product I've ever bought from the Andrew Lessman line, because it's the truth. Andrew's product can have a massive impact on anybody because you're buying the very best. And when it comes to these two, in this moment in time, this is the time when we want to think about our immune system. It's a powerful opportunity to support our immune system. We're going into the hardest months, the best months, but the hardest months in so many ways. So if you are somebody who has always religiously purchased immune factors, it is here as a today's special, the best pricing of the year. If you're curious to discover our mushroom complex, obviously that's available as well. You can buy them individually, or if you would like to get the bundle that is most popular. So there's the individual pricing. Again, special sizing for the today's special. If you just want immune factors, it is available. I can save you nearly as much as you're spending on that 720 size. There is the 720 of the mushroom complex. Again, really spectacular savings also there. $150 saved on the 720, and there's the bundle to finish it off.
And that's the size that hopefully we'll be able to support throughout the day. This is the most challenging time of year for our immune system. I always say I think it's the opening line in A Tale of Two Cities, a novel by Charles Dickens. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. That's how I always think of the end of the year. And so far, I'm surviving it quite well. I've made it through Thanksgiving. We're hurtling headlong toward Christmas and then New Year's. So again, I think all of us, we love this time of year, but it is a challenging time of year. So I think it's just realistic talking about our PC liver and brain and liver antioxidant extracts. It's a good opportunity to stay ahead of things. And again, our immune system, it is the gift that we rely on to protect us. And so it's something that if there are nutrients, if there are components found in fungi and mushrooms that can help support the functioning of our immune system. And that's what the science that compelled me to put these ingredients in these products, that's what the science says. So it's a great opportunity. If you look at the reviews on these products, the mushroom product is perfect.
Yep.
The immune factor is virtually perfect. So it's a great opportunity to make a difference at a often difficult and challenging time of year.
Well, we are moving on to our third and final today's special opportunity for the evening, and it is a big one of my all-time picks, and that is Andrew's. I call it the ultimate probiotic. This is the ultimate friendly flora. It is a wonderful product I hope you can discover with us tonight. I was introduced to this maybe 15, 16, 17 years ago when I first started working with Andrew. Can you believe it's been that long? This is something that for digestive support, for gut health, Andrew, it's potent and it's powerful and it's extraordinarily unique.
Well, it has continuously been improved since the day we introduced it. And even when we introduced this product, we had been performing research on this product for more than a decade.
Wow.
And I think we introduced this product now probably a good 15 years ago. So it was something that I wasn't going to introduce a product that required refrigeration because it wouldn't be practical to be shipped directly if it required refrigeration. So we had to make sure that all of the ingredients in the product were going to be stable in the capsule, stable once you get it home. So you're going to be able to benefit from the product. We've continuously improved it. We've improved the diversity of the species of probiotic found in the product. But again, when we look at our microbiome, biome is a biological environment. Our microbiome, we call it that because there's microflora. They're these tiny organisms that live in our microbiome. It's generally surprising, maybe even shocking, when people realize that the number of organisms, these are foreign organisms, but the number of organisms just living in a healthy colon outnumber the number, and just even as I say it, it sounds hard to believe, outnumbers the number of cells in your body. We have, say, more than 100 trillion cells in our body. There's more than 100 trillion individual organisms. These are independent individual life forms that live in our colon, upon which we are dependent for the healthy functioning of our digestive tract, for the healthy absorption of the nutrients we require, for getting back to the healthy function of our immune system. And what's really fascinating, if you look at your genetics can reveal a tremendous amount about your health and well-being, reveals a tremendous amount potentially for your risk of disease. Your genetics, my genetics, that's what they'll give me insight into my health, insight into my risk of disease, say. If you look at the genetics of your microbiome, the organisms that are living inside you, they will give you even more insight into your health and well-being and your risk of disease. So in other words, the friends we choose to live with, they're going to be more determinative, more decisive in determining our good health and our well-being than our own genetics that we inherited, which is really great to hear. The genetics, they were selected for us. It's too late. But how we pick our friends that are going to be living, and hopefully they are our friendly flora and not unfriendly flora, but how we pick our friends, that's something we can change. And that's an enormous opportunity, and that's what this product represents.
And there's so much to dig into. And again, it becomes so commonplace in Andrew's shows when you see these numbers, over 1,700 five-star reviews, just to understand how rare that is to have so many perfect reviews on any product. So that is something that's really worth speaking to. I want to speak to this price because today is the day. One time a year we get the opportunity to do this, and it's happening right now. This is a phenomenal probiotic that you do not need to refrigerate, that you don't need to worry about, that has all that you could possibly desire, and the pricing today matches that desire. 30, 60, 120 or 240, that's where we would normally be. And I'll ask Andrew about the size of that 240 rather than, let's say, a 360 or a 540 in a second. There is the pricing if you're ordering today. 5 flex pay, free shipping and handling. Heck, you're saving nearly as much as you're spending. Andrew, this is a product, obviously, we don't do the jumbo mega sizes for obvious reasons, correct?
Well, we want to make sure that the product is going to be stable. In fact, it starts off with more than 30 billion colony-forming units when we manufacture it, just so we make sure that you have a really healthy margin. We could go as high as a 360 or a 480 count comfortably, but I'd rather be on the lower side, so I know that no matter what you subject it to, this product is still going to be delivered more than 25 billion colony-forming units. And that's 25 billion with a B. Long before any other company was talking about billions of colony-forming units, and they were still talking about millions. We were talking and we were doing the research to make sure that we could offer and deliver effectively billions of colony-forming units. So now each small, easy-to-swallow capsule that also contains prebiotics as well, that's the food that nourishes your probiotics. And one of the things, the best thing we can do to nourish the probiotic organisms in our body, our microbiome, is make sure that we eat a diet healthy in fiber, which it seems this time of year we don't do particularly well. Also, we have to be very aware. I just talked before when we talked about liver health, that the average American takes several prescription drugs every single day. And some of the things that we tend to periodically take throughout the year, whether it's for UTI or whatever it might be, some kind of a passing infection, it might be during this time of year, respiratory infection or something like that, bronchitis or pneumonia. When we take an antibiotic, antibiotics can effectively wipe out our microbiome. So it becomes critically important that we repopulate it. Eating fermented foods, a great way. A probiotic organism like this, a great way. Then making sure a diet rich in fiber nourishes and maintains the most diverse microbiome possible. That's the better you feed your microbiome, the better your microbiome is going to be able to behave on your behalf and protect you better.
I think when I look back to what I discovered with Andrew all those years ago was, I was in a place where I was taking a lot of antacids, proton pump inhibitors, and, all these things were maybe not the best thing that I wanted to be doing, and I was looking for natural ways to really support my gut, my digestive system. So I remember standing here with Andrew, and Andrew talking about this and the importance of this, and how we've got to give our body what it needs, and all the probiotics that are out there, and the difference with Andrew's Ultimate Friendly Flora. And I bought this and I've never, ever, ever stopped. I was flicking through what some of the folks had said, and they talk about life-changing or the gold, really the gold standard in probiotics that's out there. It is as I said at the start, a wonderful product to discover. And if you can give this a go and try this, I think you will feel the benefits. Typically, I do every single day. You talk about desert island products. This is one I would never, ever be without. And something, Andrew, that we've not said, and it is important, try it. You have our extended return policy till the end of January right now to return for a full refund if you are not totally happy with it.
Almost 2 months to use it, to enjoy it. And again, and I've heard this before, I've heard it from friends, I've seen it in reviews, that I tend to not use the kinds of claims and language that a lot of the leading brands will use for their probiotic products, where it sounds like they're selling a drug for digestive health. Our microbiome is just a critical part of digestive function. Basic digestive function is defining of digestive health. So I don't have to go on and talk about how this is going to cure this or treat that. A healthy microbiome is part of a healthy functioning digestive system, part of a healthy functioning immune system. I think it's sufficient to talk about it in that fashion.
Yes.
And then to simply describe, well, I could read some reviews here, but just also, and the amount of work that went into selecting the species and organisms for their, not just their stability, because again, it's important that they be stable in the capsule and stable in the bottle, so that when you swallow that capsule, you're swallowing these active organisms that are going to want to make you their new home. But again, they have to then survive the acid and the enzymes in your stomach and small intestine to make it all the way to your colon to make their new home there, hopefully. So it is a very complex decision-making process that goes into creating the blend, selecting from the menu of thousands of different organisms. When you look at the science, when you look at the research, it becomes crystal clear which are the organisms that are beneficial and desirable. And now you see all sorts of probiotic organisms that are being sold for all sorts of special claims, whether it's cholesterol reduction or brain health or oral health. What we're offering here are the organisms that are basically defining of general health and well-being for your digestive and immune system. That's what we've selected here. If we look at the chart to my right here, over 25 billion total colony-forming units. Over 10 billion of them are specific species of Lactobacillus acidophilus, then a specific species of Lactobacillus plantarum, and another specific species of Lactobacillus paracasei, and also then Bifidobacterium lactis, two different species of Bifidobacterium lactis. And if you've noticed, that has changed subtly over the last decade or so as we identify better versions of those species, because they're constantly being identified. And the moment I can make a product better, it doesn't mean the product before wasn't the best in the world it could be. It means that the moment I make a product better, I don't kind of sit on my laurels. I make sure that I transform that product as quickly as possible, so you're always getting the benefit of the best product possible.
There's just not enough time to go through everything. I mean, you know, we all have our personal experience, but when you talk about maybe stress, or you talk about poor diet, you talk about the aging process, all of these things have an impact on that delicate environment within our bodies. And we all struggle perhaps in some ways and some of us in other ways. What Andrew's Ultimate Friendly Flora has done for me is just really even things out, and I cannot say enough about it. I would urge you, if you've never tried, again, there's those of us that buy it every year, and there's those of us that have never even seen this before, let alone buy it again. You should try this. A probiotic that is, in my opinion, a best in class. I feel the difference every day, and I believe you will as well. You know, we could spend a whole 24 hours just reading all the reviews and what people say. The compelling part today is that we take this beloved product that is really, in my case, transformational, and we offer it at the best pricing of the year. And the pricing is really, really incredible. 30, 60, 120, or 240 capsules. Again, easy to swallow, always easy to take with all of Andrew's products. That's where the pricing will be after today. That's where the pricing is if you're ordering it today. You might just want to try it out, maybe with the 60 capsules, $35.90. Or like me, you just, I'm going to get off air tonight and buy the 240 like I always do. It would typically cost me $175. I get it for under $95 flex pay and free shipping and handling. Andrew, it's easy to be passionate about something that truly has had a positive impact. So many of your products have done that for so many people. This one for me is right up there, one of my top 3 of all time.
And you have you just mentioned before proton pump inhibitors. They're among the most heavily prescribed drugs in America, around the world. And if they're necessary for you to take, they're highly effective medications, but they are so effective that they change the pH in the gut. And when we change the pH, we change the environment for these organisms. So again, it's not as extreme as taking antibiotics, but when we change that environment, it's hopefully an opportunity or a wake-up call that we need to make sure that we're also considering our microbiome, whether it's by making sure we have adequate fiber intake to feed that microbiome, maintain that diverse microbiome, or to make sure that we take a probiotic like Ultimate Friendly Flora, so we make sure that we reconstitute that microbiome with the most important and active species. I don't know if we have time. I just read a couple of reviews really quickly here before we run along. And here, Gut Instinct said, buy this. Trust your gut. I've used a wide variety of Flora pre or probiotics for years. My stomach and gut never actually felt better. I respect and trust Andrew. I watch him each time he's on like it's my job. I listened to my gut and bought this product. Ah, what a help it is. Indeed, finally, no lingering discomfort after meals, and I feel like myself again. As I gloat, no more bloat. Yay me. That's from Karen in Pennsylvania. Great quality probiotic. I've been taking Friendly Flora since Andrew first launched the product in HSN. That would be almost 20 years ago. Love this probiotic. I have my entire family taking Friendly Flora and other of Andrew's supplements. I know I can trust Andrew to make quality supplements, which gives me peace of mind that I'm getting the very best for my money, a great investment in my health. Thanks, Andrew and HSN. That's from Bobby in Oklahoma. We'll do one more. The best ever. My 83-year-old mother started taking this several years ago. She will not be without it. Now I take it. My husband, my brother, and cousin are taking it. It helps your gastrointestinal tract like nothing else. You get an added bonus if you take the Fibromucil along with it. You must take as stated on the label, and it works. Andrew will have to build a wing onto his factory just for my family. Now, it's again, we talk about structure and function, and even though this doesn't directly affect the structure of our body, these hundreds of trillions of organisms make up part of effectively the structure of our digestive system. And we owe it to ourselves to make sure, just as we tell our children, choose your friends carefully because they can often determine your path through life. Choose your microbiome carefully. The Friendly Flora we select will definitely affect our path through life.
We are covering a lot of important ground tonight, and I'm excited to see so many folks taking advantage. Pricing on all three of our today's specials is available right now, from immune factors to, of course, PC liver and brain and liver antioxidants, and the mushroom complex for the first time. Thank you for your orders on Ultimate Friendly Flora. I cannot recommend it enough. Let's end the night in a big way, in a tasty way, a delicious way. At heart, we're going to talk about gourmet chocolate, because that's exactly what it is. If you love chocolate, you just found your chocolate heaven. But there is a side benefit to this chocolate, and that side benefit is the fact that it is going to not only be heart healthy, but help to lower your cholesterol. Folks, this is gourmet chocolate that melts in your mouth. It comes in 3 different strengths that we'll talk about. It is here today as a monthly special. Andrew, it's nice at this time of year when people come over to have this out, and people love to discover Choco Nouveau.
It's a monthly special, but it is at today's special pricing. And I think the serving sizes are out of order there, perhaps.
Let me look.
It's 10, 30, 60, 180, and 120. Usually the sizes on the screen are the largest sizes at the bottom, so don't let that confuse you, I suppose. But again, an unbelievable value. If you look at the 180 count, it's about 50 cents for a piece of chocolate. Gourmet chocolate could cost a couple of dollars each. At the coffee shop, they had a little piece today that was half the size of the piece we're talking about here, and it was $2.50. So gourmet chocolate, and it wasn't fair trade, and it wasn't organic, and it didn't contain the cholesterol-lowering ingredient that ours contains, and it frankly didn't taste as good, wasn't as creamy. There was no better tasting dark chocolate in the world than my Choco Nouveau, not in the world. And again, the value, especially when you consider that it is by far, we already know that dark chocolate is heart healthy. This is by far and without question the most heart healthy dark chocolate you'll find anywhere in the world.
Organic, sorry, I'm munching away on that. Organic, fair trade, individually wrapped, and it melts in your mouth. And I would say to anybody that says, I don't know if I like dark chocolate, you will love Andrew's dark chocolate. Let's just go over the pricing really fast. You can choose the 10, 30, 60, 120, or 180 count. Andrew just made mention of how much gourmet chocolate costs. We know that's expensive. If you're ordering today, it is akin to today's special pricing. Even that largest count is $89.90, saving $70. Keep some in your drawer at the office. Have some on display. You can choose, obviously, the cafe version. If you love coffee, oh my goodness gracious, you will love that as well. But it is not what you would typically think of with dark chocolate. And Andrew, obviously heart healthy, you broke the mold with this. You've done something that nobody else has done. Even just on a basic level, there is, I think, amongst all of us, an understanding that dark chocolate is always going to be a healthier choice as well.
Yeah, what's funny is I've been told by folks who take the product that if I eliminated any information about heart health, if I eliminated any information about lowering cholesterol, the product would be more popular. That they were reluctant to try the product initially because I talked about the heart health benefits, how uniquely heart healthy it was, and they dismissed the product as being less delicious because it's so healthy. The reason why it's so heart healthy is the reason why it's more delicious. It's sort of hard to believe, but every once in a while, Mother Nature does some amazing things, and this is one of those examples of her at her very best. But when you look at our dark chocolate, if you just figure that you will be getting the most delicious dark chocolate square, because typically dark chocolate, not typically, it's dry. It's just the higher the standardization of dark chocolate, 91%, 74%, it's dry, it's brittle. Our dark chocolate, you can almost tell when you look at it, it doesn't look like typical dark chocolate. It looks moister, more like milk chocolate. And that's exactly what it provides. It provides the texture, the mouthfeel, the melt-in-your-mouth sensation of milk chocolate, but with the rich protective compounds, the richness of dark chocolate without the bitterness. And I have as many reviews talking about lower cholesterol as I do talking about amazing taste. I just have a great chart here before we run out of time that talks about just the sugar level. A lot of people are concerned about sugar. There was just a study published recently talking about the normal consumption of dark chocolate as being an opportunity to improve blood sugar balance and blood sugar metabolism. Dark chocolate on its own. When we look at my product, because of the sugar level in my product, it certainly gives you no cause for concern, because if you look at the 25 calorie that each square delivers, there's our 91% is half a gram. We could label that as 0 because at half a gram, you could technically round it down. Our 74 and 66 are less than 2 grams of sugar. If you look at grapes or peaches or plums or apples or pineapple or oranges, 25 calories of any of those fruits are going to be delivering you more sugar. And if we look even 25 calories of cauliflower, of snap peas, of onions, or cucumber has more sugar than Choco Nuvo. So you don't have to be worried about the sugar. And then if you read the reviews, best dark chocolate out there. This dark chocolate melts in your mouth like milk chocolate, but has all the wonderful antioxidants of cacao. Couldn't have said it better. You will be hooked once you try. They sell out quickly, so when you see them available, do not hesitate. I challenge you to not bite into this chocolate and let it just start to melt in your mouth. Yes. It is so rich and delicious. It works, plus great taste, a winner. This is my personal story about a delicious and really good product. It is my second favorite product from Andrew Lessman. Number one, it works. The proof is in the numbers for cholesterol. Number two, it tastes so incredibly good. This is the best, most delicious, decadent chocolate. Another home run for Andrew Lessman from Staffing, Massachusetts. There are hundreds of reviews like this. It's almost a perfectly reviewed product. If you even just swear by milk chocolate, our dark chocolate tastes and feels like milk chocolate if you get the 66 or 74.
It is glorious, and once you start, you'll never want to be without it. For those following along at home, Andrew, of course, when you said it, I was trying to work out what happened. You have such a good eye. Obviously here we've got them out of order to keep you on your toes tonight. But it should go 121.80. But whichever way you look at it, it's a great price.
Yes, it's an incredible, when you compare it to gourmet chocolate, it's a fraction of the price, and ours, of course, contains a special ingredient, Mother Nature's best tool for lowering cholesterol, not a drug, not a medicine, and it just makes our chocolate even more delicious.
Well, Mr. Andrew Lessman, you are our special ingredient. As always, my friend, it's a pleasure to spend time with you here tomorrow lunchtime, and I'll see you tomorrow night for the big wrap-up.
Okay, see you tomorrow night, Adam.
Thank you.
Night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.